Okay. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't make this earlier because I was at work when I found out this was getting worse. And I feel like this needs to be addressed. So, for those of you that don't know anything about people that are non-binary or characters in general, basically those are people that are usually called trying to remember, gender non-conforming. That's what they're called normally. This is before, so that was the word that was used previously before non-binary was even being used, from my understanding. Those are people that don't feel like them. Either they're female or male. They don't feel like that they're any gender. Now, I cannot really describe how that feels because it's just a random feeling that you get. So, it's kind of like, I can't really say it's like a craving because the cravings go away. This is more like, no, a craving can be used. So say like you have like this food craving for, I don't know, your favorite food, like for example pizza or something. This feeling just doesn't go away, and so all you're eating is basically pizza, like from day in to day out for years of your life. That's basically what that feeling feels like when I say, like, because like I'm non-binary myself. I don't identify as female nor male at all. So, and my looks shouldn't really should not be judged by the fact that I don't identify as either. Now, because unfortunately that has played a part for others, not just myself. Now, that's just kind of like the gist of it. So when I see people attacking, and I don't care if it's through the internet or if it's in person, I really don't care. You need to be respectful of their choices because that choice doesn't change. That's literally who they are. You cannot change the fact that they are non-binary, that they go by they, them, or he, them, or so on and so forth. They are still qualified as non-binary. So when I'm seeing people either on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook, whatever, attacking these people, that's not right. Because the people that are doing the attacking are people that assume that people that are non-binary or even transgender aren't people, but they are. Like, no matter what you identify with, you are a person. The same goes if you're changing your name. Are you ultimately not a person at that point? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me at all. And I really want this battle to stop because this is just, it's getting ridiculous. Because the thing is, it started. This stupid argument started over a fucking Transformers character. Are you serious? Have you guys literally gone that low? And, like, you have no lives outside of the internet to actually think that attacking a fucking character will do anything, because it won't. Like, it's not the fact that Nightshade is non-binary. The reason why Nightshade exists, and I feel like this goes towards basically anybody. Nightshade is pretty much a good example of somebody that will, like, either identify or basically become anything. So, say your dream is to be like the president. Go for it. Like, absolutely. Do your research and go for it. Like, it is not that that hard. Nightshade is just being the example of you can basically do anything in your life. Like, yeah, they're non-binary, but that shouldn't matter. It's like saying, like, oh, there's a non-binary, prime minister or something. Like, does that mean that they're underqualified? No, because what they identify with should not matter to what their fucking qualifications are. So, Nightshade is basically the person in Earthspark trying to ignite kind of like that scientific feeling in some people, like not even just kids. Yes, it is remotely a kids show, but they are not trying to push LGBTQ community onto your kids. Like, seriously, do your absolute research on this. This is not a bloody attack on anybody. This is more, they're trying to make things more diverse. Like, for starters, they added, like, Koreans, Japanese, Chinese, and even African Americans into, like, movies and TV shows. Back in the bloody 30s, those people were basically shot in the street. So, how is adding a non-binary any fucking different? It literally makes no difference at all. It's as different as changing, like, your diet or something. It's not that. It's the same thing as adding cultural differences in TV shows and movies. It's pretty much just the exact same thing. Like, so basically at this rate, you're telling me that anyone with any nationality, regardless if they're born in said country or not, you're basically saying, oh, these are not people, these are aliens. Like, fuck. I'm Canadian. Americans used to call Canadians fucking aliens. And that has passed, like, a while ago. Like, way before I was born. And I'll be 22 this year. So, like, seriously, this is getting fucking ridiculous. Get your priorities straight. Fight for what really matters. And not attack other people for what they bloody believe in. Like, the same goes for religion. I'm an atheist, but you don't see me walking around saying, or you don't see me walking around looking for someone with religion just to shoot them down. Saying, oh, your God doesn't exist. No, it's not what I'm doing. I have my beliefs. You guys have yours. So, I don't really care what you believe in. I really don't. But cyberbullying the community makes no difference. At this rate, and this is my absolute fear, is that it's gonna get violent. That non-binaries and transgender are gonna be dead on the streets. And that's not what we're trying to do at all. We're trying to live among everyone as equals. We're not attacking anybody. We're not pushing anything on anybody. We're people just like you. So why does this make any difference? Like, the fact that it's possibly gonna get violent, and the shootings don't count. Those don't count. Because they were incidences that were gonna happen regardless if it was a transgender or not. Just saying. But I'm worried that it's gonna get violent, and then people like myself, I'm gonna have to quit my job because I won't want to leave the house. Like, it's getting to the point. And just because of, like, the attacks that I've seen, I personally have never been attacked. But at some point I will. Like, regardless if it's at my job or if it's walking on the fucking street. Like, should I be having, like, a neon sign saying, I am non-binary, kill me? Are we gonna be resulting to that? Because it's not what I want. That's not what anybody wants. Because, like, we already have the Ukraine war going on. And we don't want something like that happening. Like, to our, like, fucking neighbors, to your family members. Like, this is just outrageous. It really is. So, if you see, like, content like that, either, like, on any social media, just block them. Literally, just block them. If you see somebody comment on a post that says, like, say you support LGBTQ2s, or if you're an ally or anything like that, you know, and then someone comments a negative thought, just block them. It's simple as that. That way they can't access your feed and you don't see what they post. It's simple as that. You do not need to result in bloody just tomfoolery in a way. Because this is stupid. This is absolutely stupid. So get your priorities straight. Have a life, and a life that isn't attacking random people on the internet. Because that's just, like, what? Do you live on your, are you a 30-year-old man that lives in your mother's basement and she's trying to kick you out? Like, what? That's basically what I'm seeing, and it's sad. Like, these arguments are sad, but truth be truth, like, honestly. And I'm saying it on my part, not, like, on the attackers. So if you're being attacked, like, either physically or through the internet, you gotta get help. Like, if it's in person, just get help. Like, either from a family member or, I don't know, like, just find a way to get some help at some point. But if it's through the internet, all you gotta do is just block the person. You don't even need to respond to them. It's simple as that. Because that way, you're not seeing what they post, you're not seeing what they're not seeing what you post, they don't see what you post. Or they post. It's simple as that. So, what's the issue? This makes no sense. If you hate a person so much, just stop talking to them. It's simple. And and if they're messaging you, just block them. It's not that hard. It really isn't. I need to get this off my chest because it's really been bugging me. And it's really been scaring me. Like, mentally. At times I haven't been, like, when I go to work, I haven't even been wanting to get out of bed. Because I'm worried that I'm in the paint department and they see my pronouns on my apron. And then they just kind of say their thoughts, basically insulting me, explaining that non-binary doesn't exist. It's like, well, technically it does, because we are human beings. Gender is just a construct. Like, it's something that we created. We can uncreate it. Simple as that. Like, and they, them pronouns, like, they're very easy to use. Like, what do you call an unborn child that you don't know the gender of? Like, it's simple. You call them they. It's simple. It's not that hard. You can easily use it as singulars. It doesn't have to be in a group. Like, it's just needed to be said. And if you hate this video, don't watch it. But if you have friends or family that are being attacked, either in real life or on the internet, please send this to them. I'm basically stating that my channel, my social medias are absolutely a safe haven for those that need to perk up from their lows. Like, doesn't matter. You don't even need to be, you do not need to be an ally. You do not need to be in the community at all. But I will be deleting hateful comments on posts on my posts. And then you will be blocked. But other than that, yeah. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your night, and I will see you in the next one.